The Reaper, all right, and I just want to give you a quick look at, some of the damage you see on the Reaper here. That blue, see that purpling on the top? That's pretty much dead. Even though it looks healthy and everything, that's dead. That's done. That's going to rot on the plant. That sunlight penetrated right through the pepper and damaged it. So there's a good chance that that's going to fall off. I'll let it turn a little bit red. I'm going to pull these off now. You can see they're not, some of them didn't really fully develop. That's all damage from just too much rain and the sun just pounding the life out of them. It does look like it's bouncing back up here a little bit, though. I do see it. It looks nice on the tops. The Nagla, though, just definitely doesn't look good. You can see it's still yellow in leaves. There's leaves falling all over my deck from it. I think this one's a good chance that it might be done. I don't think I'm going to make it. I can see the early signs now. I'm seeing signs of Pythium. Pythium's the fungus that forms on the roots when you get root rot. You can see that I got some blossom end rot on these peppers. I've never thought you could get blossom end rot on these peppers. So I'm seeing it on some of the main stems. I may end up having to cut some of those main stems off, which isn't something I normally like to do with these little plants because, they stay nice and short in the pot. They're great for bringing in for the winter. But, yeah, I don't know. It's got plenty of peppers on it, so maybe the newer ones will recover. I don't know. It lost a lot of leaves, though, guys. This thing just really, really took a turn for the worst. Yeah, you can see my whole deck's just... And I just cleaned this up, too. I clean this deck almost every day, And, yeah, so it's... You can see the tomatoes are absolutely shot from the root... From the... not root rot, but from the sun scald. They're shot. There's almost no point in harvesting those. My lemon tree, I got to water. But it's basically been cooked alive. Here's... another reason that leads me to believe that we're getting way too much UVC this year. This pepper plant never turns orange, guys. All right, that doesn't turn orange. Peppers don't turn brown before they turn red. Something's not right. All right, that's what I'm trying to say. Something isn't right, and for me to see this, something is strange going on. There's too much of one form of the UV light coming from the sun, either A, B, or C. It's one of them. I believe it's the C that does the damage. It's just coming in way too bright, and it's literally killing everything. Now, could this be another disease? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know about the... what do you call this? The Tamarillo. I don't know. I can't imagine the sun is killing these leaves where it's not getting that much sun. It's just, I don't know. It could all be root rot. I can't imagine that either. They were all planted with fresh soils, well-made soils, and they're getting watered. I know I got the plastic on the top. Maybe I'm suffocating it. I don't know, guys. I haven't had problems before. This is a very strange year. You can see more sun scald. This is afternoon sun, guys. This is the afternoon sun. My sun comes from that direction in the evening. Well, it comes from this direction, okay? And it goes all the way over and sets in that direction, okay? Every single day it does that. So this pepper is generally not even exposed to the sun until like the evening time. So it's not even exposed to direct overhead sun. And you can see the sun scald on it. All right, but all in all, I mean, like, this plant is really yellow. I guess I'm going to have to give it some Epsom salt. Maybe that'll bring it back a little bit. Really don't want to dump the plant. I mean, this plant's 3 years old already, and you can see the massive branches on this plant. I just don't want to kill it right away. I mean, it's in the pot. It's happy. It just needs to be fed, hopefully. Here's another pepper. There's another one. It's got a lot of brown on it. Now, a lot of these turned brown. Yes, some of these got blossom end rot. I'm going to toss those. I could cut those off. I don't need them. Look at all the peppers I got here. There's another one with blossom end rot. We're getting so much rain, even in the waterless containers. It's just too much water coming in from the top of the pot down, and then it's just too much water, so the peppers are really getting a lot of blossom end rot. There's another one, blossom end rot on it. There's a lot of good ones, but which just fell. Oh man, blossom end rot. One with blossom end rot just fell. But this plant always did get blossom end rot even from day one. This is a commercial grade seed. It came from a commercial grade pepper, which means it's a commercial grade seed, and it's genetically designed and you know, crossbred to grow for under certain conditions. So to try to plant those seeds and get the best peppers out of them is not a good idea. This was just an experiment, and we're 3 years into it, and to take them down now wouldn't really be, I guess, in my best interest. So I don't really care if I get too many peppers off them, as long as I get a few. Here's a habanero with blossom end rot on it. Now this plant never got blossom end rot. So every plant was affected by this year's weather. So nobody's immune. This one's doing actually pretty good, the Fatali. All right. I don't want this to be a deck review. I'm just going to harvest a bunch of peppers and lay them out and then show you. Trying to get that dead stem off there. Don't want to release the stem. And just show you what the harvest looks like that I'm going to take off of this. But I want to kind of show it to you before I do any harvesting. You know what I had on there anyway. And that should actually take a lot of the strain off of this plant. Now that's a lot of peppers, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat all these. I guess freeze them. I don't know. I don't like to normally cut these out and freeze them. I like to just eat them, I guess. But yeah, just to give you an idea, look at all the bell peppers. There's just dozens of them on there. All right. And the habaneros are ridiculous. I mean, I got hobbies all over this thing. But yeah, I found these on the floor just now on my tomatoes and peppers. Take you for a walk. But I definitely took off some of the strain that's on these plants. I mean, it's just they're still covered. I mean, I still got quite a few peppers on there. I probably got at least 2 dozen sitting on there right now on each plant, most of them, especially the bell pepper. There's still at least a dozen on the big bells, and you can see this is what I pulled off, but no flowers, guys. All right, so I don't see any flowers on these this upper deck, and that tells me that the sun must have really pounded them good, because these things usually flower all the way to the end of the year. You're a pain in the neck. What are you doing? What are you doing? Move your hand. Don't get your hand in the door. It's like a little child. He's very playful. Yeah, they got damaged pretty good. Now the Fatalis, I'm going to leave these Fatalis on here. I really want to make sure that they fully ripen before I get the seeds out of these. These can be really difficult for me to sprout. If you pick them early and you take the seeds out, they can be a little bit of a challenge. Look at that, I got a little pepper plant coming up there. Probably is, I don't know. Anyway, just to give you a look at the harvest. So far, not very particularly proud of this, guys, because normally I have a stand that I put in front of my house and I put my fruits and vegetables out. We do that kind of thing up in this part of Pennsylvania. So, it's not a big deal. I don't need permits or anything to do it. The town is perfectly fine with it. And no problems. People come by and they just, most of the time I sell out. This year, I'm not really happy. I'm not going to set a stand. Oh, get out of here. Get. So, where was I here? I just clipped one of the Fatalis because I'm going to do a review on that Fatali taste again tomorrow. Taste pepper again tomorrow. I did a Fatali the first time and it just, I don't know what I did with the video. I also did a Nagala and that was not a good experience, so I got to be prepared a little bit better for that one. And we'll do that on camera correctly. Anyway, this one is these are the scorpion peppers. You can see I got a good amount of scorpions. Not a lot of blistering on those, but nevertheless, no blossom end rot. So I'm kind of happy that that didn't happen. And I believe that the blossom end rot's happening because of all the rain we had. Normally, we don't get that massive amount of rain up here. We just got pummeled by rain. I mean, even my habanero plant got blossom end rot. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the black. The black is something we get up here. It's one of the molds that get up here. Even if you get blossom end rot, usually on a pepper, usually it's not a problem. They come right through. But we get this black mold called Stachybotrys, and it forms on anything, any form of living matter that stays moist, indoor, outdoor. It's the kind of mold that your homes, like when you do a home inspection, that's the mold that they look for, because it produces a toxic spore, and that toxic spore is not good for you. So some people are very sensitive to it. I personally, if it gets in your lungs, it can cause a lot of problems internally on your lungs if you breathe those spores in. So we have Stachybotrys is pretty prominent out here, and as you can see, it literally forms on the vegetables as soon as they get a little blossom end rot. That's pretty much curtains. So if you see that you get blossom end rot, it's probably just best to pick them. I just haven't had time, guys. I'm doing videos. I'm in the greenhouse a lot of times. I even forget to come up here and come out and take care of stuff. So that's the result of neglect, and that's pretty much my fault. But at the same time, I generally don't have that kind of problem, because normally we have normal summers. This year is not a normal summer. So anyway, these are my scorpions. I picked this one early because it's probably dead already. Even though it was green on top, I just figured take it out. Here's one that's once you see this, focus there. Once you see it, when it dies up here, get it off the plant right away, because it's just going to rot on the plant, and you just get it off of there. And here's my habaneros. As you can see, I got quite a few habaneros, quite good. I got more habaneros than I probably know what to do with. I don't know what to do with them. I guess I could dry them out. They don't really dry out very well. They don't make a good powder. You can eat them fresh, and that's about it. Yeah, you could grill them. But guys, these are hot. I would even do a pepper review on this right now and just take it. This is hot, guys. They're very hot. I can't just bite into those. They're like up and going into that reaper area and heat, and it's just way too much. Here's a habanero that came out really strange. Look at this one. This one came out like a starfish. I'm growing peppers that look exactly like that, identical. So I'm probably going to try to isolate these seeds and see if I can get any more of the same pepper out of a plant like that, and maybe keep that strain going, if that is something that maybe a strain that was out of the plant just weeding itself out. Here's the bells. Here is the bells. We got a lot of bells here, guys. We probably got about 50 or 60 bells right here. Give you an idea, this is about the size of them. Pretty nice. Very sweet. When these bells turn red, oh my god, it's like eating the fruit. The brown color is not very appealing, but it's sweet like an apple. I usually sell my peppers out the first 2 days. I sell them for 75 cents a pepper, but they're usually bigger than this. These are very small, so I'm probably not going to put these out. I'll just eat them all day. I don't know what else to do with them. Wow, that's better than an apple, guys. I'm telling you, I don't know what breed of pepper this is. I really don't know what variety of this thing is. And look, it's seedless. Virtually seedless. All my peppers are. It may be because they're small. They didn't really get the ability to get to full ripeness because of the heat. So they just kind of, everything stopped growing. The flowers all dropped off. It needs to get pruned back a little bit for stimulation, and then we can get the plant going back into a vegetative growth state, and which get it back on track so I can get another 2 or 3 of these out of this by the end of the year. And then when I bring it in, whatever peppers are left on the plant will generally sit there. I stop watering the plant for maybe 3 months, 4 months at a time. I completely stop watering it and let the pail completely dry out. So if there is any pythium in it, it'll help it, die out. I don't know if it totally dies out, but that's what I do every year. I just let it completely dry out to the point where the leaves start wilting. When I see the wilt, then I start to give it water. And the wilt doesn't usually happen for like 2 or 3 months. And a lot of people say, oh, you're not supposed to do it. You're going to get blossom end rot. The fruit, blossom end rot, is coming on the fruit as it's forming. When the fruit's already just hanging there and just like hanging out, you're not normally going to get blossom end rot. When you see that blossom end rot coming in on the plant and it's starting to rot on the bottom, that's a sign, and the fruit has already just been hanging out and it's done growing its size. Now it's just waiting to mature and ripen, and then all of a sudden it starts to rot on the bottom. That's a sign of root rot. You see that, you got a problem in your soil, guys. So it could be a moisture condition, it can be pythium, it can be there's multiple diseases that can get into the root system. It could be worms or bugs that are eating roots. It could be anything, guys. It could be it could be a deficiency. You need to spike your watering to give it back the nutrients. These are all ready for nutrients, but I don't want to start giving it nutrients until I prune them further. They're not really ready for me to just start feeding it, the nitrogen of the Epsom salt and all. I can't really do any of that until I can get these plants to start throwing out shoots. And when I start seeing the shoots, then boom, I'll get it back into a vegetative growth state. And we'll get it back on track. I'll get another 2 or 3 of these hopefully by the end of the year. It's a little late in the year. This is an odd time of the year for me, guys. And here's all the damaged stuff. There you go. See that black there? That is called Stachybotrys, if I believe that's the name. That is a black mold. That's the black mold that you get underneath your sinks and behind walls where pipes are dripping and, that kind of stuff. That is what this is. This is the... I lost my train of thought because the cat jumped in here and he mixed up my peppers. That little... Oh, he gets me so mad. Oh, where was I here? I was just going to go over that. Oh, yeah, the Stachybotrys. Yes, it's black mold. It gets around. It's in your house. They hire inspectors to check to see if you have Stachybotrys, because if it does, it needs to be remediated. Okay, this stuff can be very toxic. People do die from it. And unfortunately, up here, when our plants get blossom end rot, which is normally not a big deal on your peppers, it's just a little dead spot on it, this forms. And this forms quite quickly, within days. So I just figured I would share the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Good, bad, and the ugly. And the super hot we'll put in there too. Now, my darn cat just mixed up what my reapers, I think, were here. My Nagalas. I believe these are reapers, but man, guys, these are small. But this thing has got enough heat to cook, like, you can cut that thing down 5-6 times and put it in the salads and still be hot on the salad. I mean, that thing has got some incredible heat on it. But anyway, these are my reapers, what little of it I have. These are my Nagalas. Not a bad one right here, guys. I got to take pictures of this one. It's a beautiful Nagala. I think I might get some seeds out of it. These kind of peppers don't make a lot of seeds. And what else did I get? Did I get any Jolokias off there? No. So we got our Reapers, our Nagalas, and our Scorpions over there. Alright, and I also picked another one of these. I'll probably throw in one of my pepper taste testing videos. I'll do another one of these again just to check to make sure, and maybe I'll combine the video. And I guess that's it, guys. That's about all I can really cover on these. Just as you know, just as as I show you here, I didn't pull all the peppers off because honestly, guys, I don't know what to do with them all. You know, I have nowhere to keep all this stuff. You know, you put it in a bowl and you kind of leave it around, and it's just going to start rotting up there. You know. And it's not really enough for me to put out for a stand, and people ain't specifically going to stop for habaneros. You know, it's not everybody's. You know, they're great to put out when you put everything out, and when you put everything out, you got your fruits, you got your vegetables, you got a stand with like, 8 different crops sitting out there. And what brings people in is like the green peppers, tomatoes. That brings people in, and then while they're there, I'll just take a bag full of, I'll put these in a cup. I'll fill up a cup and I'll put a sticker with a price on it. Tell them to empty the cup into one of those bags from Walmart. You just dump it in there. You take the cup, put the money in the can. You're done. And I do that with the habaneros. They sell out pretty much doing that, but people don't generally come out for habaneros. So I'm not just gonna put the habaneros out by themselves. So yeah, I just want to show you. I did leave some of these peppers on. I didn't strip the plant, though I probably should. I took all the bad peppers off. We got to get this. We got to revive these plants. These need to get a little pruned. They really do. See, I left quite a few on here actually. Some more of these probably should come off, but again, I don't really have anywhere to put them all. And I don't want them sitting out in the sun. So yeah, I just want to show you. Yeah, there's still quite a few peppers on there. They're not stripped clean, so I got peppers probably for the rest of the week and a month, if I decide to just eat peppers. But yeah, just to give you a quick look at a basic harvest, and this is pretty much off of the habaneros came off of 2 plants. Okay, that's 2 plants, and this is harvest number 1. And the bell peppers, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And I believe 5. I have 5 3.5-year-old bells, and that's what these are from. And like I said, I'll show you again. Probably repeating myself, but I just want to make sure I cover it. This is about the average size. You can see that compared to a habanero. All right, just to give you an idea on the size. That's the average size of a habanero. And they're perfect for me. They're not really big. If you were going to make a meal for, you got a family of 4, you use 4 or 5 or 6 of these, in your cooking. If they're small enough, you can. It's better that way. They store better. They last longer. You're not cutting a pepper in half and sticking a half in a bag or a container and stick it in your freezer, where, that can get really funky quick. At least here, you use the whole pepper, boom, it's gone. There's nothing to go put away anywhere. So I kind of prefer the smaller type of peppers like that when they come out small, but they do get big as well. I got some big ones coming up. I got some bigger ones. They're getting up there. So maybe this and a little pruning, we can get this back going. All right. So just a quick look at the other plants. Yeah, the Reaper really took a beating, guys, and so did the Nagala. Just upset. I've been trying to grow this thing now for, God, what? Oh, well, probably over about a year by now, I guess, something like that. And I'm getting this, I don't care about the other plants. Those were my pride and joy right there, and they're just getting wiped out. So I don't know. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm probably going to split this up into 2 because it's going to be quite long. And is there anything else I wanted to cover? I just wanted to show you something here. See, the plants are very brittle. I didn't rip this off. I just touched it and it snapped like glass. The plants are very brittle. I'm not sure what the heck is going on here. If anybody knows if there's a deficiency that's causing that, any specific nutrient. I mean, I feed them. I don't know why they're so brittle. I mean, this just snapped right off. Now, if this was a good plant, I would root it out. I might even root it out just for a science experiment for you guys to show you how you root these peppers out the correct way, and then how to plant them, and then eventually get them into self-watering containers, and you can bring them in for decades and have peppers probably for the rest of your life. What else did I want to show you something here? Yeah, the tomatoes are just falling off. This thing is like, you can't eat this. This thing is all like feels like gushy. I'm just going to take seeds out of it. They're falling off the vine. The vine's basically, I didn't know this one got sun damaged. These got sun damaged badly. You can see my peach tomatoes are coming in. They're almost looking like they got sun damage. Man, that sun is killer this year. Holy smokes. But, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. And like, share, and subscribe. And give me the thumbs up, guys. See you on the next one.